So let's talk real quick as we're looking at other Corey stuff and the stuff that you guys suggest, and also that just pops up. One thing was he was on, apparently Pauly Shore has his own kind of podcast thing right now, and it's called Jam in the Van.
So Pauly Shore is actually comedy royalty. His mom, Mitzi, owned the Comedy Store in LA for 50 years probably. And then he just dropped off the map. So this will be interesting for people of a certain age because it'll kind of be the Corey Feldman, Pauly Shore kind of crossover.
Jam in the Van show hosted by Pauly Shore.
We got some comedians, Frank Catrillo. We got influencers, of course, Billy.
I don't care about influencers at all. So is this the right angel?
So Corey,
is this his Mangel Angel?
Oh, no. None of those. That girl's not part of this thing.
They're on the road, right?
So much fun.
It is fun, especially when you can double tag.
Easy back to front rat tail.
Comic-Con during the day, and concert at night.
Yes.
It's like perfect, killing two birds with one stone.
Just the idea of people loving the stuff we did back in the day makes me feel.
So Pauly's lived a life, right?
Right.
And it shows.
Anything,
but he had a lot of fun.
These are the same glasses that he had on in the Two Corey's television show.
You're right.
So apparently this is his brand, because this is decades later, right?
My brand. Yes.
Because Corey started before me.
Bro,
movies. I love.
Let's talk about something that's never been talked about.
Okay.
Can we do that? Can we get real for a minute?
Yeah.
Do you remember who was supposed to originally star in Encino Man with you? Oh snap!
Was that you?
That was me, bro.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Right. I was actually originally gonna play Brendan's part, and then
he was gonna be the caveman.
Sean's part, so
I don't believe that.
You
believe that?
His name's not Brandon; it's Brendan. So he doesn't even know what he's talking about.
But also, do you believe that?
Pauly didn't even believe it.
No,
he's like, how do I get out of this? How do I get out of this? How do I get out of this? Oh yeah, you were the caveman. That's right.
Pauly Shore doesn't believe you.
Yeah, Pauly Shore wants you off the bus.
That's right.
That was fucking hilarious.
I sold pretend drugs to you in a pretend alley.
No, but I love.
This podcast in a van idea is even an original. Steve-O does this.
They're not in a van.
With
right.
Sam Kennison.
At least Steve-O's is actually in a van.
So, for the people that watch, for the very few that watch like our Corey stuff and then like our Star Trek or any other stuff, we point out all the weird inconsistencies in bad movies. We know why they're there. We know sometimes it's just budgetary, and most times it's decision making. What the hell was that? And we can forgive those things, but we point them out.
And we're here at Jam in the Van. Have you been here before?
I have not.
It's pretty
sick,
so
excited.
Right?
I love it. That's the best van I've ever seen, bro.
Yeah. So we're gonna do. Can you tell us what song we're gonna do?
Yeah. So you guys,
there's literally not much to point out. This is exploding with things to point out. I guess people could watch our show and say the same thing.
I don't think they can. I don't think there's one thing that you can point out about our show.
And tell us why
you just hit up with silly string.
There's two guys sitting on a sofa watching TV. Where's the consistency? It's there. Where's the acting? There never was any.
Check.
And there's not going to be any.
Unhygienic looking?
Somebody commented that.
Double check.
It's like you can't smell us through that camera.
Can you? The
Jam in the van.
Oh my god.
Oh yes, let's have this.
The crew of this show is going to film this now.
Look how old he looks.
She said she loved you, but she don't really mean it. The face is lying when you look.
This is in the old band.
She faces straight, but you know she deceiving. It tells the truth, but
She has to look at her fingers in order to play the right notes.
This is edited in post, by the way.
Yeah.
This isn't live, but it's being cut as live. I can't talk now. The jacket is too much.
Is he looking down to find the words?
Why punch in on the same shot like that? Or zoom in and punch in? Why is
Because he gets it. Pauly Shore gets the joke.
Pauly gets it beyond
He's
all
like,
of us.
Corey Feldman's playing live on my show?
Sure, and I'm a dancer.
Right. This is actually the kind of music that I said Corey Feldman should be doing.
I was
where
gonna say,
you don't need that much pitch control. You don't need that much dancing regimen. You just need kind of a scratchy old guy's voice and bluesy music behind you, and you can. This is kind of working. He's still doing a Michael Jackson.
I don't get it. So he knows he can sing, can't sing, or does he not know?
He doesn't know. Or he wants it so bad that he's willing to overlook the fact that he knows he can't sing. Because he's tone deaf, he can't hear that he can't.
They almost kissed.
2024, everyone should kiss whoever.
No.
I mean, he got 2 jackets on again.
The directing and camera work of this
It's terrible.
It feels very much like a Corey Feldman show. Sorry, guys.
This has got to be recent, though, right?
Yeah. Okay, this is how the show ends.
Yeah, that'll kill the show.
Speaking of Pauly Shore, just real quick, he was on Joe Rogan 6 years ago talking about why his career, or why he thinks his career went downhill. Relating this to Corey is like, it's fascinating to see people who don't really acknowledge the reality of what happened to them, and then those that kind of get it.
I know it's a weird, like, I was at the Funny or Die thing last night, and I was with Will Ferrell, not to drop names, but I'm a huge fan of him, and he owns the site, and we were talking, and he just gave it up to me. He's like, dude, you started it all, you know, and he goes, I used to watch you on MTV and Encino Man, this generation doesn't know what I did. Most of the kids, the 25 and younger, they don't know that I started MTV. They don't know all the films. They don't know. They think Sandler. They think all these other guys. Yeah. But they don't know that I was the first. I was, you know, at the time.
It's a little sad.
MTV was so big.
Yeah, you were the first celebrity. You and like Dennis Leary. Like Dennis Leary became a big celebrity off of MTV too.
Albums, all that stuff. And I was in my 20s. And
Yeah, I had those albums.
That had to be weird.
It was awesome.
But but growing up like in the store, and then all of a sudden being 20 and being famous.
Yeah, on MTV.
It was the best. When MTV was gigantic.
Yeah, look at
yeah, he was huge.
It was sick. You know, I had an album, and I was doing all of it at once. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. That's why now, when I look back on my films, I get kind of sad.
Why?
Because that time of my life was my happiest time.
This is what I'm talking about. When you're super famous
really
and then
amazing.
you come not be super famous anymore. It was the best part of my life, and I know that is over forever.
The reason I'm laughing at that is because that is super shallow thinking. It's such a young, immature way of thinking in such an old body. Get it?
And they say whatever age you get famous at, that's the age you stay forever.
With no therapy.
And I suppose in the world of reality TV, this is the part that sucks me in.
When you're in your 20s, if you fuck up, it doesn't really matter. And life is like one big like whatever. And that's kind of what I miss. Now, like when you get older, like things are like, you know, mom's sick or this, or, you know, there's all these like life things, you know, or like, I'm going to be 50 next year. You know what I mean? Just like
so
things like
56 now.
I used to have like, me and my friends, we used
For a
to
second, I thought we were the same age, and I was like, oh, no.
Watching the movies make me sad because I miss starring in films.
So what happened? Like, why did that dry up?
Yeah, it gets.
Yeah, so does everyone.
I miss never starring in films.
I miss being the most famous person in the world, and everyone just does whatever I want all the time and having millions of dollars. I kind of miss that.
I just miss it.
And I think the bigger you are and the faster you make it, the harder you fall.
Go ninja, go ninja.
Like normal. I think the whole weasel thing was like, it was cool for a while, and then like after a while, it's not cool. Just like a lot of things. And I also think I didn't listen to my agents and managers. They told me not to do In the Army Now.
I agree with that.
Oh, I like that movie. I love everything he's ever done.
Go back and rewatch that. It does not hold up.
What happened was
none of them hold up. They're all terrible.
No, wrong. Encino Man is still pretty good, but The Son-in-Law is an actually good little movie.
I lived it.
And New Line approached us with this other film called Totally London, which is me being an au pair in London, which I thought was actually a really funny idea. And Jeffrey Katzenberg, who used to run Disney, wouldn't let me do that movie at New Line, you know, being an au pair in London. So he bought the script and shelved it. So I did In the Army Now. In the Army Now didn't do as good as the other films. And then after that, Disney didn't sign me a nut to do more movies. And then after that, I did Jury Duty, and Jury Duty didn't do so good. I did an Adam Sandler film. I don't know, the last one he did, the Sandy Wexler. And, you know, you go up on the set, you know, and Adam's starring in this film, and I'm not. You know what I mean? And I used to star in films, and it's a weird feeling for me. Duty. Even though
Love
now,
Bio doing
like,
more than
it's a
Jury
big
Duty.
hit, it's a cult.
Because I lived it.
You're in a hermetically sealed dome.
And
Yeah.
then, yeah.
That's cool.
And then
I was the Mexican guy.
My 30th birthday was very emotional for me. I cried a lot on my 30th birthday because I was going from like a boy to a man, and I didn't know how to do it.
Like Rogan laughs at him.
I was just
I know.
didn't know, like.
Realizing that there is a marriage boot camp with Corey Feldman. This is a preview. Oh, Aaron Carter's on this too. Oh, the rat tail.
The rat tail's back. Come back, King.
Courtney.
The rat tail.
Her name's Courtney.
Yeah.
Courtney Feldman and Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
That's
Lost Boys fake license plate. Never stood by me. Fake bumper sticker.
Should we watch this?
His brother looks just like him.
He's an artist. He's a singer.
We have to watch it.
Producer. He's a director.
And they're on
and
marriage
on
boot.
and
Why
on
is the
and on.
brother there? You're right.
Yes, and he writes.
Yeah, it's called The Two Feldmans, so there has to be another person to make it terrible.
Of brothering.
Well, no, I think there was a few years in there where we weren't actual brothers.
He looks
We were always
crazier
very
and
tight
crazier.
until I left
Yeah.
home trying to get my career. Things change, and Eden gets a little resentful.
What are those emblem things? Or is that like car racing?
No.
We do love each other. We
Sponsored by
also
Dubai.
have a lot of issues.
She looks so dead inside. Everyone looks dead inside.
They really do.
I can see Corey's eyes somehow. And they look dead
Actually,
inside.
like a 3-year fight. Like maybe for the last year we've been cool.
Someone in your position can either be the glue to pull these two brothers together or the matches and burn it all down.
The major downside to this too is just seeing this is that Aaron Carter. Do you know who Aaron Carter is?
He's one of the boy band guys.
No, so it was the boy band's brother.
Oh,
So Nick Carter from Backstreet Boys, his younger brother.
your favorite band.
Sure. Aaron Carter came out as like a really little kid, had a bunch of hits, and then had other stuff going on, but mainly a lot of drugs. And he recently passed away like a year or maybe less than a year ago.
I beat you, Aaron. Take that, superstar.
I actually really liked Aaron Carter as a person.
You did?
So Corey was on Insane Clown Posse Theater.
First, you need to make sure that you're in tune with the Dark Carnival and you're down with that wicked shit.
It's raining diamonds.
You don't know what Needin' is? Then you ain't getting no Needin'.
Whoa.
What's happening?
Let's get to the fakery.
Good, man. Glad to be here, guys. Nice and toasty between you two. I like it.
First, I want to say we saw
He is such a little man. Speaking of, look, ICP Theater, hashtag ICP Theater.
The concept of it was through one day, you know, I might have like a Corey's Angels party where we have this big party at the house, or I might have a pool party, or I might have to go do a concert, or I might have to go record at the studio. Nobody would ever believe the insanity of my life, but all of those things that you see is a true 24-hour period of my life. That is literally
None of
what
them
my
believe
life is
him.
like. So all these things that happen in one day, is there a way to fit all of that into like 4 minutes and 40 seconds
So what
without
you're saying
cutting?
is your life is one big party.
Well, yeah, basically, isn't your life a big party? That's what it's all about, right?
This is so
You got to come to the next
cringy.
party,
I
guys.
can't
I
really
would
see.
love to host you guys. Oh, no, you guys are calm. Oh,
we're
you're
celebrities.
celebrities.
You guys don't smile.
What? He has angel parties that cost $250 for men, but women get in free?
That makes sense.
I don't like, what is that about?
No, for real. The whole concept is that we create these very exclusive events. We've got a TV show coming. We're putting the girls in a bunch of movies. Like, you're going to start just seeing Corey's Angels pop up everywhere.
Does somebody like you
We
ever
don't,
realize-
didn't start.
They haven't popped up anywhere.
Right, Anna,
Yeah.
chilling.
Having sex with sheep, man. Let me have some sheep. These girls. There was an energy. When he walked into the room, you didn't even have to look. You just knew that he was there. You could feel his presence.
I can feel
It
your
was
aura
crazy.
from hanging out with Michael Jackson.
How's it feel?
You're like
Does it feel good?
Oprah's friend, Gail. You know, you hung out.
They have a picture as a reference. I happen to know ICP.
He's nervous.
ICP can be very mean and very direct and very in your face. And they're being very polite to him.
They're kind of softballing him, aren't
They
they?
are, and that's okay. I don't need to see Corey Feldman getting beat up by ICP.
Yes, you're in the beginning of this video, aren't you?
No.
Your relationship with Michael Jackson. You hung out with Michael Jackson. You understand that? You get that? You did not just
something-
once either. You didn't win a contest and spend 5 minutes with him backstage. He was your boy.
He had those bumper cars, right? And he's playing his music. He's playing Black or White. He's playing that song. He gets out of the bumper car and literally leaps from the car into the middle center thing, which is like an island, and starts dancing.
You know how much money I'd pay to see that?
I know.
Just see him jump out of a golf cart and just start dancing. And be like, yeah, here's $40. That was amazing.
Let me explain something to you. Mike and I were friends for 18 years, okay? So we met when I was 13.
That's how we look at him when he says that. He can hang and chat with Insane Clown Posse when they're cool
This
with
is
him.
some of his best improv.
Yeah, you're right. This is.
And also, what does Corey Feldman know about Insane Clown Posse that he can lord over them to where they're not just like, hey, you and Michael Jackson, right? Like, they're really softballing him.
Maybe they're just cool with him.
Yeah.
It's hard to.
Pretty pissed when this video came out.
I mean, in person, can he
Why am I not in this?
come off like a good guy and everything? Yeah, I think so. I don't think he. Remember, these guys are our age or somewhere around there. They still see Stand By Me. They still see Goonies.
Right.
You know, it's not just weirdo Corey flailing in front of people on a stage.
Think about it this way, right? You got to concentrate on something when you're a guy, right? You got to focus on that moment. You got
He's relating to us as men.
Yeah, right.
It happens, right? But like,
We ain't men, we clowns.
Don't cut to him.
Let me just explain something. Never before I've seen so many ugly people at the Playboy Mansion.
Easy.
You think we say things that are like offensive or that person's ugly? Come on, Cole.
You're talking about this is a bunch of ugly dudes. I've never seen
Would
so
you
many
rather
ugly
attractive
dudes.
dudes?
Well, yeah, I mean, if I'm in a match, they better be good at
Just
least.
because you're wearing
Jesus
those
Christ.
geek glasses don't make it okay.
I like how shameless he is right now.
Yeah, it's good.
Where he's just like, he's laying it all out.
It's personality. That's what we're asking for.
Yeah.
Shauna Sand was married to Lorenzo Lamas.
Of course.
And he knows like all the.
I know.
Renegade.
Yeah.
We know everybody in
And
Hollywood.
then that other girl, Jimmy LaFont.
Well, and now he's going on tour with Limp Bizkit if hell stays frozen over.
Detroit murderers.
Who's going on tour?
Corey Feldman.
Is going on tour with Limp Bizkit.
Yes.
Get ready for Loserville 2024, live and losing across North America, starring the ultimate losers, Limp Bizkit. Bones, featuring Eddie Baker and Xavier Wolf. With performances by Nate No Face and Corey Feldman.
Oh my God.
Riff Raff
With
Yes,
Riff Raff.
with Riff Raff.
Riff Raff.
at Loserville 2024.
Loserville.
If you don't know who Riff Raff is, comment below. We'll do an episode on him. Riff Raff
With the
is
T.
amazing.
How he feels about VH1 reality stuff, I feel about Riff Raff.
No, Rip, you introduced me to Riff Raff.
I know I did.
You're like, check out how horrible this is. And I'm like, this is beautiful.
So if we were, where's the best seats in your opinion?
Pit.
Pit?
There's a third level, journal admission lawn, $54.
Yeah, I mean, I could walk by there and like eat a hot dog and keep walking.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, so that's the Loserville Fest thing that's going on. If it keeps going.
Send us to Loserville.
Send us to Loserville.
Send us to Loserville. You already live there. I already live there. Send us to Loserville. That was your weekly dose of random Corey madness.
Not gonna be
Chris loves my fake radio voice and these impromptu wrap-ups. Just look at them.
It's not going to be weekly.
Weekly.
Subscribe, like the video, and you become a member if you'd like to send us to Loserville.
Send us to Loserville. Send us to Loserville. All right.
We get the joke. Okay, this is how the show ends.
Montana, chilling.
Having sex with sheep, man. Let me have some sheep.
I lived it.
Yeah.